Welcome back, everyone. Mr. Mellem here, again with you today, going through extracurricular activities and what those procedures and policies basically look like at the Viborg-Hurley School District. We ask everyone in the public, in the communities, to please keep in mind that this is still a fluid situation. Games or events could be postponed, rescheduled, or canceled at any time. Please be aware and keep monitoring the school website for any up-to-date happenings with events. Also, you'll be looking to that to see if any fans are allowed or not allowed at events at the same time. Again, we will try to communicate everything as quick as possible with events to you so you have the knowledge ahead of time. So to go through these things, first of all, we're going to look at present levels of community spread to help determine the attendance at our home games held at either the Viborg or Hurley locations, as well as away opponents will do the same thing at their locations. If they deem that it's a different level than we're on at our home place, we will abide by their rules when we go to their place to play an event. So if the Viborg-Hurley School District does take steps to limit spectator attendance at our activities this fall for any reason, the premise of limiting these attendance at the games are to accomplish three goals. First, to keep all students and staff safe. Second, to keep all students and staff in school as long as possible. And third, to give all students the opportunity to participate in activities. So our levels, what do they look like? Well, level 1 is open attendance. And currently the Viborg-Hurley School District, as of today, August 18th, is at open attendance at games. That could change. Again, keep aware at the website, and I would look under the Flex Learning. That will also indicate our level of attendance at that time in the school building, our level of education, and at extracurriculars, and our level of attendance will be there. Level 2 would be parents and student body only. When I say student body, that's grades 9 through 12 are allowed at games. Game personnel, school staff and spouses, school board members and spouses would also be allowed at those games. A pass system would be in place where a number of passes would be allowed per family, and that is of a participant. So if you have 3 kids in a sport and they're doing the same sport, you still only get so many passes per family. You don't get so many passes per student. So be aware of that, and with those passes, anybody holding one of those passes can attend a game, whether they are a grade school kid or whether they are from out of district, but they would have to have a pass in order to be accepted into the game to watch. That would be our first way of limiting our crowd size. Again, all 9 through 12 students would also be allowed at the game if they would so choose. Third level would be parents only. Again, when I say parents, that pass system would be in place where a specific number of passes per student or activity participant would be issued, and it would be under that family's discretion on who gets those passes. Game personnel, school staff and spouses, and school board members and spouses would also be allowed at the game. Level 4 would be no fans in attendance, so game personnel only in attendance at those games, and that would be at no fans if we get to a level 4. Spectators would need to check with the school website, like I said, every day to make sure whether or not we have a game and if it's still on, and any procedures or policies that are going forward in that. Also, let it be known that we will try to communicate if we are traveling to an away opponent what their procedures are at their home place, so that way you know before you get to the game. The Viborg-Hurley School District, again, will do our best to communicate that in a timely fashion. It might be through the website, mainly through the website, so make sure to check on the Viborg-Hurley website. We will try to keep that in the live feed section because it is up to date as quick as possible, and always check before you would leave to go to a game. Game day procedures. So spectators should not attend any Viborg-Hurley events if you are experiencing any symptoms related to COVID-19. Spectators attending events at Viborg-Hurley are doing so at their own risk. Also know that we will have hand sanitizer available. We will be encouraging the wearing of face masks, and we will encourage social distancing while attending events at Viborg-Hurley. Away games will have different procedures and requirements. We must abide by their requirements to attend the games. So if we are traveling to maybe Tyndall for a game, or we are going to Menno, or wherever it may be, their rules apply, and we follow those, otherwise we do not attend. Home concessions. Oh, let me go back to a point I missed. At home games, spectators supporting our home and away teams will need to stay on their own side of the football field or the bleachers. Okay, let it be known we're trying to, again, mitigate the consistency of people coming together, so crowds are expected to stay on their side of the playing field with their own crowd and not mingle. Home concession stands will be available with some limitations on items that will be available at those concession stands. No admission will be charged to home events at Viborg-Hurley for football and volleyball this fall. Postseason, there will be admission charged, and we will go down that road when we get there. Event streaming. This is going to be a hot topic. Event streaming. All football games hosted at the Viborg football field location, because of our internet availability out there, will be streamed over the Mr. Mellem YouTube channel. That link can be found on the school website. It's under menu and then Viborg-Hurley YouTube live stream link. That will carry all of the football games hosted at home, as well as our goal is if we go postseason, then again those would be the same as they were last year. There is no charge to watching those games. All home-hosted volleyball games will be streamed over the Viborg-Hurley NFHS channel. That link is available under the school website under menu, Viborg-Hurley Live Events NFHS, and that is a paid subscription required. The reason why we are staying with the paid subscription is because a paid subscription to the Viborg-Hurley NFHS channel does allow you to watch any away games on which our opponent is also using the NFHS system. Okay? So again, you may ask, why is football free and volleyball not free? Because even if we opened ours for free for just home events streamed, if we played anybody else with that NFHS system, you would have to pay a subscription to watch that away game. If you pay for our events all year, which will include volleyball, any away football, if there's an away football at NFHS or an away volleyball, you would get all of those as part of your subscription. So that if we paid for it and opened it for free, you would still have to pay for any away game on that system. So again, that's what we're trying to point you in that direction. If you're going to watch the NFHS, which will have our home volleyball hosted games, and any others, that paid subscription through Viborg-Hurley would get you access to any away games and any other athletics, volleyball, home, and basketball games throughout the year. All right, hopefully that helps clear that up. Viborg-Hurley School District will communicate any streaming information for away games as soon as we have it. So if we get it, we get our hands on it, we will give that out to you as soon as possible via the website to watch any away games as it's available. And again, we will do our best to let you know of these things when they arise. I hope that helps clarify things. Any changes that take place, whether it be game attendance, whether it be any procedures requiring you at games when you attend, different things that we are going to require, we will communicate that out to the public as best as we can and as quickly as we can. Just keep in mind, we need you to be patient. We need you to be understanding, because at this point, the biggest number one goal is the safety of our students and staff, the education of our students, and the participation in extracurricular activities by Viborg-Hurley students, which I believe we all want those items. So again, patience, it can go a long ways. We appreciate any feedback you can provide us as we go along this route. And again, I appreciate you tuning in. And until next time, we'll see you soon. Keep an eye on that website for any changes. And first game is the 21st, which is this Friday. There is open attendance to that game. So please be aware of that. And when you do come to games, you are coming through at the games at your own risk. Thanks and have a great day.